Welcome back to another episode of Junkin' with Junior. We're back at it working on the body in this thing. Dave's back there sanding away with the DA, getting some of that bedside knocked down to smooth white paint. And my task has been so far working on some of the door hardware on the driver's side of the truck, getting those off. Dave already has these off. So now it's time to go up top and start doing a rust delete kit. Boy, this roof was way rustier than I expected. So I think it was rusty before when it was factory blue, and then when they sprayed the white, they just scuffed it and kind of sealed up a lot of this rust under here. So really having to put some elbow grease into it to get through some of that stuff. And you can see the roof's really crooked, but that's okay because it's not going to be a show truck, and we don't need the roof to be perfect. We just need it to be sealed up so it's not going to rust. Well, I guess you can say the roof is roughed in. Boy, is it rough. Lots of dings and dents in the roof. Who knows what's happened to this thing in the past. It does have a little bit of rust on this side. Oddly enough, pretty much from this rib over here to the driver's side is so much less rusty than the passenger side. I have no idea what was going on over there, but just a lot more rust. And it's strange because it's the same paint on both sides, so I don't know what happened. So I'm going to finish knocking this stuff down, all the bulk of it, and we're actually going to put some acid on it and let it sit for a while, let it you know, convert that rust so we don't have to worry about it coming back anymore. Then we can hit it with a DA with some smoother grit stuff. Then we know it's ready for some primer. We can get the top sealed up and keep moving on to the next part. Okay, so I'm filthy. We've made a ton of progress sanding on the truck today. Got almost all the sanding done, and got a little bit more to do on the other side. Then we're going to be ready for a primer pretty soon. Then we can start blocking this thing out and seeing where we're really at on our high and low spots and that sort of stuff, so we can really start fine-tuning the metalwork. But yeah, you know. So this is one of the cards, and we can show you in the sunlight here how it has such an interesting milky cloudiness to it, if you will. And then we can just move it right up here, and it's almost black whenever you put it in the shade. So at nighttime this truck's going to be really dark and look good, but bring on the sunlight and it's a whole nother animal. Okay, so here's what we're currently working with. Got a lot of it sanded down, got a few more places to hit the major spots there, a little bit of filler here and there. And if we come over to the passenger side, Dave went ahead and got a head start on putting some sealer on the truck, so it's looking much better now, and it's definitely white like it used to be. But now that we got some sealer on it, we don't have to worry about any more rust issues popping up, so we can scuff this down, get some primer on it, and then we can start blocking out this whole truck. So I don't know how well you can see it on camera here, but there's some type of a ribbon and scroll work, and I think it says air right here. But as I'm sanding it, I start to uncover some of this, and I'm going to be real gentle and see if we can see what kind of logo was actually underneath this white paint.
That's cool.
Well, it's hard to tell exactly what it is, but it's definitely cool. Got a nice ribbon scrolled on the ends, Air National Guard. And it's so weird because you can't feel any of this, but the white paint that the county sprayed on this truck definitely stands above what's already there. So it's really weird how there's the different heights in paint like that. And even says something up here. Let's see if we can see what that says. Well, there we have it, mystery solved. Georgia Air National Guard. What a cool logo. I really like that, and I have no idea how it stayed there underneath the paint. It's so weird, the texture that it must have, but you can't feel it at all. Very cool. so I couldn't bear the thought of sanding out these raised Chevrolet letters here by hand. So I asked Dave if he had a wire brush that goes in a grill. So here we are, just knocking this stuff out, taking it all the way down to the metal. There's not a way to do it any other way, you know, with a wire brush. But good news is we don't have to worry about the paint not adhering to that because it's nice and rough from that wire brush, but it gets all that garbage out of there, and it's really weird how it looks so much, the letters look so much bigger than the ones over here, but it'll look good when it's done. Brand new inner fenders in the bed, less dents and holes than what we had before. So the truck has come a long ways. Dave has really been busting his butt on this thing, and he's starting to do some blocking out on it a little bit. We have one low spot, so we hit it with a little bit of glaze, let that cure up, and we got some windows taped off because remember, this side of the truck is sealed, but probably tomorrow, while we've got good weather, he's going to go ahead and seal the roof. And the driver's side of the truck, we got our front fender put on, and it's still got some shimming to do, but we want to make sure that everything's in the general location that it needs to be, and that there's no dings and shipping on this reproduction stuff. So far it fits really well, looks good. There's our driver's side fender, and we still got our hood to put on once we get our hinges figured out in the spring assembly. So a lot of little stuff to go, but it's getting so much closer than it was. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks for watching Junkin' with Junior, and we will see you next time. Hopefully we'll be spraying some paint next time.